Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about constructing frequency distribution table. So without further ado, let's do this topic. The following are the scores obtained by 30 students of grade 10 Sapphire in a 50-item mathematics quiz. So these are the scores. It's already been arranged. Now once again, if the scores is not yet arranged given by your teacher, you need to arrange the scores for you to determine the numbers easily. Because our first step is we need to find the range. So once again, first step, you find the range. And the formula of the range, that would be the highest score minus the lowest score. And the highest score is 48 minus the lowest score is 13. 48 minus 13, that is 35. So the range, that is 35. This is the first step, class. You find the range. Now the next step is you need to find the number of classes. Now, what do you mean by the number of classes? The number of classes represents how many rows that you will make on the table. There are some cases that the teacher will give you the number of classes. Example, the number of classes is 6. So if the number of classes is 6 or 5, so let's have 6. Therefore, you will make 6 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So therefore, you will make 6 rows. So that's the meaning there for the number of classes. Number of classes represents how many rows that you will make on the table. Now, in our example for today class, we don't have given number of classes. Therefore, we need to find the number of classes. And to find the number of classes, we can use the storage formula. Once again, to find the number of classes, we can use the storage formula. And the formula, so once again, number of classes, the formula, that would be K is equal to 1 plus 3.322 log N. So this will be the formula, class. K equals 1. K represents the number of classes. 1 plus 3.322 log N. Now, sir, what do you mean by N? N is the number of samples. Once again, class, N represents for the number of samples. Since we have 30 scores and we have 30 students, therefore our N is 30. Once again, N is the number of samples. N is the number of samples. Since we have 30 students, therefore our N is 30. So this will be 1 plus 3.322, then log 30. Once again, class, N is the number of samples. So just simply use your calculator, class. 1 plus 3.322 log, then 30, close parenthesis, and your answer is 5.906. So after 0, that is 6, therefore this will be 5.91. Once again, this is 5.906. After 0, that is 6, this will be 5.91. And this will be 6. You always round up to the nearest whole number. Now for the number of classes, class, you always round up, even if the decimal is less than 50. Example, once you solve for the number of classes, your answer is 5. Just an example, class. 5.12, your answer is always 6. Question, why is that, sir? This 0.12 is less than 50. Now, for the rule there, class, for the number of classes, you always round up. That's the rule there. Even if it's less than 5.50, you always round up if you're looking for the number of classes. Always round up, even if it's 5.45. This is 4, less than 5. Always round up. The answer is 6. So that's the thing there with regards to the number of classes. You always round up. Alright, so we have the number of classes, that's 6. So we don't have enough space, class. Let me just write it here. Number of classes, that is 6. 5.91, we round up into 6. Alright, so once you get the number of classes, you can now proceed in making the table. So let me just make the table, class. Alright, so this will be our table. So once again, our number of classes is 6. Therefore, we need to have 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, not including on the top because those are our label. So we have the class limits, the tally, the frequency, the less than cumulative frequency. Then later on, we will find the class marks and the lower boundaries. Alright, so next step, class, is you need to find the class width. So once again, find the class width. Now, once you get the class width, you can find all of these numbers, class. You can find the class limits, the tally, the frequency, the less than CF, and so on. So to find the class width, the formula, that would be C is equal to R divided by K. So that would be the range divided by the number of classes. And our R is 35. Then our K, that is 6. So once again, 35 divided by 6. Our K is 6, so 35 divided by 6. Let's use the calculator. 35 divided 6. The answer is 5.83. So once again, 35 divided by 6, that is 5.83. So range divided by the number of classes, that is 5.83. So you can round it up by 6. Once again, class, for the class width and the number of classes, you always round up. Sir, what if when we solve for the class width, the answer is 5.3? Can we round up? Yup, always round up, class. That's the rule there, class, for the number of classes and for the class width. You always round up to the nearest integer. So once again, 5.3, even if it's 5.3, okay, 3, of course, 0.3 is less than 0.5, you always round up. Your answer will be 6. So just remember that one, class. In class width and the number of classes, always round up to the nearest integer, to the nearest whole number. Alright, so this will be 6. Now, once you get the class width, we can now solve this one. We can find the class limits. So to find the class limits, you will start at the lowest score. So once again, our lowest score is 13. 13, you can start on the top here, or you can start on the bottom. So let's start on the bottom, class. So this will be 13. Alright, so once again, you start at the lowest score. So 13. Now, our class width is 6. So add by 6 plus 6. Once again, class, 13 plus 6, that is 19. Question, sir, where did you get 6? Our 6, class, is our class width. Okay, once again, 6 came from the class width. 13 plus 6, that's 19. Plus 6, once again, you add 6 because our class width is 6. 19 plus 6, that is, what's the answer, class? That's correct, that is 25. Then once again, you add 6. So plus 6 again. So once again, 6 came from the class width. So 25 plus 6, that is 31. Plus 6 again, 31 plus 6, that's 37. Plus 6 again, 37 plus 6, that is 43. Alright, so 13, 19, 25, 31, 37, 43. This is what we call the lower limits. Okay, this is what we call the lower limits. Alright, we don't have enough space because let me just put LL. It means lower limits. So this is lower limits. So once again, start at the lowest score. Then you add 6. So 13 plus 6, that's 19. 19 plus 6, that's 25. 25 plus 6, that's 31, and so on. Question, where did you get 6? 6 came from the class width. To get the class width, range divided by the number of classes. 5.83, you always round up. Alright, so if this is 13, 19, now next number, it should be 18. Once again, this is 19, the last number, it should be 18 here. Okay, so this is 18, then 19. Now this is 25, this will be 24. Because after 24, that is 25. Now this is 31, next number will be, this will be 30. Okay, 31, then 30, 25, 24, 19, 18. Now, if you add 6, 18 plus 6, once again, the class width is 6. 18 plus 6, that is 24. 24 plus 6, that's 30. 30 plus 6, that would be 36, right? Simply add 6 because our class width is 6. 30, okay, 30, then you plus 6, that would be 36. Or if this is 37, last number should be 36. Alright, so this is 36. Then 43, this will be 42. Then 42 plus 6, that is 48. Alright, and you're all set, class, for the class limits. Easy, right, for the class limits? So, 13 plus 6, that's 19. Then this is 19. Last number should be 18 here. 18, 19, 24. 18 plus 6, that's 24. 25, this will be 24. So, I hope you get this one, class. Now, this one is what we called the upper limits. 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. These are the upper limits. Now, what if the teacher will ask you for the class interval? Just in case, class. So, what is the class interval? Now, what if the teacher will ask you, what would be the class interval, sir? Now, the class interval, just count the numbers from 13 to 18. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The class interval is also 6. Once again, class, just in case, if the teacher will ask you for the class interval, just count the number from 19 to 24. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The class interval is still 6. Same class. Even if you count 25 to 30, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. The class interval is 6. So once again, just to get the class interval, simply count the numbers from 13 to 18, numbers from 19 to 24, and so on. So the class interval is 6. That's how you find the class interval, class. Just in case, class, if the teacher will ask for the class interval. Alright, so for the tally, class, just do the markings. So we have scores 13 to 18. So check how many scores we have from 13 to 18. Once again, including 14, 15, 16, and 17. That would be 13 to 18. So we have 13. So 1. Then 16, of course, 16 is still here in the middle part. So another 1 for 16. Then 18. So this will be 3. Once again, 13 is here. Then we have 16. 16 is also here in between. And 18. So we have 3 for 13 to 18. So next is 19. So we're done with this one. So 19, we have 1. Then 20. Of course, 20 is here in between 19 and 24. So once again, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 21 is here in the middle part. So we have two 21s. So 1, then 2. Then 22, we have 2. So 5, and this will be 6. I hope you got this one, class. Just do the markings for the tally. Then 124. Alright. So once again, 19 to 24. 19 to 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. That's correct. Alright, 25 to 30. So 25 to 30. The scores, we have 2 25. So 1, 2. Then 26, 3. Alright, and then 27, 4. Then 28, 5. 29, of course, including 30. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So let me count. 25 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 for the tally. So be careful, class, for the tally. Alright, then 31 to 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 31, we have 1. 32. 30. We don't have 33, 34. Still in the between. 31 to 36. Once again, 31 to 36, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we have 1, 2, 3, then 35, 36, 4, then 5. Alright, 37 to 42, 1, 2, 1, 2, 37, 38. We don't have 42, right? We don't have 42, 37 to 42. We only have 37 and 38. We don't have 39, 40, 41, and 42. Therefore, we only have 2. Our tally is only 2. Alright, 43 to 48. 1, 2, 43, then 44, 45, 46, then 48. Alright, we have 5. Alright, so next step, class, frequency. Now for the frequency, class, same answer with the tally, class. Of course, the frequency, same answer for the tally. Now frequency, now sir, what do you mean by frequency? Frequency, it means how frequent the score is occurring. So from 13 to 18, how many scores, class? From 13 to 18. We have 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 scores from 13 to 18. So that's why our frequency is 3. Of course, same answer for the tally. This is 3. Therefore, frequency is 3. Alright, so for 19 to 24, how many scores? 19 to 24. So 19 to 24, 1. Of course, including 20, because 20 is in between 19 and 24. 20, 21, 22, and 23, including 20, 21, 22, 23. So for the frequency, 19 to 24, how many scores? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same answer for the tally, class. Therefore, our frequency, class, just count this tally, class. Okay, same answer for the tally. This is 8. Therefore, frequency is 8. Even if we check 25 to 30, how many numbers? How many scores from 25 to 30? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Same answer for the tally. Alright, and this one, 31 to 36, just copy this one. This is 5. Then this is 2. Then this is 5. Alright, and for this one class, we need to add the total number frequency. We need to find n. Once again, n is the total number of frequency. So we need to add this up. Of course, our answer class is 30 because we have 30 scores. 30 students, 30 scores. So therefore, let's add this up. 3 plus 7, that is 10. Plus 8, that is 18. Plus 5, that is 23. Plus 2, that's 25. Plus 5, that is 30. So our n is equals to 30. Therefore, our frequency is correct. Alright, now for less than cumulative frequency, simply copy the frequency of the lowest score. Once again, these are our lowest scores. That would be 13 to 18. Copy the frequency. Then you add diagonal. 3 plus 7, that's 10. 10 plus 8, that's 18. 18 plus 5, that's 23. 23 plus 2, that's 25. 25 plus 5, that's 30. Now, question, sir, what if we started our lowest score on the top? What if 13 and 18, we started on the top, then our highest score is on the bottom? Now, of course, you start at the top because your lowest score starts at the top. Always remember, class, that less than cumulative frequency, you always copy the frequency of the lowest score. You always start at the lowest score. So I hope you get this one, class, for less than cumulative frequency. Alright, so last one, class. Let's find class marks, then class boundaries, and we're all set for constructing frequency distribution table. Alright, so last one, finding class boundaries, class marks, and greater than cumulative frequency. Once again, a while ago, we find less than cumulative frequency. Now, what if the teacher will ask you to find greater than cumulative frequency? How will you find it? So we will explain that later on, step by step. Let's proceed first in finding class boundaries. Now, once again, to find class boundaries, simply subtract 0.5 to the lower limit and add 0.5 to the upper limit. Once again, this 43, 37, 31, 25, 19, and 13. These are the lower limits. This 48, 42, 36, 30, 24, 18. This will be the upper limit. So to get class boundaries, simply subtract 0.5 to the lower limit. Once again, these are the lower limits. Then 48, 42, 36, these are the upper limit. Subtract 0.5 to the lower limit. 43 minus 0.5, this will be 42.5. Then add 0.5 to the upper limit. 48 plus 0.5, that would be 48.5. That's it, class. Subtract 0.5, 36.5. Add 0.5, 42.5. Subtract 0.5, 30.5. You add 0.5, 36.5. Subtract 24.5. Then add 30.5. Subtract 18.5. You add 24.5. Subtract 12.5. Then you add 0.5, 18.5. That's it, class. Easy, right? For class boundaries, all set. For the class boundaries, simply subtract 0.5 to the lower limits, then add 0.5 to the upper limits, and you're done with the class boundaries. Alright, let's proceed now in class marks. Now, class marks, it means midpoint. Now, to get the midpoint, simply add lower limit and upper limit, then divide it by 2. 43 plus 48, then divide 2. Alright, let's use the calculator. 43 plus 48. That's 91. Divide 2. Then you press this one decimal. You have 45.5. Alright, that's it, class. You add 43 plus 48. Divide by 2. That would be your class marks. So once again, class marks, it means midpoint. So that's how you get class marks. Alright, once again, 37 plus 42. 37 plus 42. Alright, that's 79. Divide 2. So you will have, click this one decimal, 39.5. Alright, so once again, you add this one, 31 plus 36, then divide by 2. 31 plus 36. Divide by 2. So you will have 33.5. Alright, so that's it. 31 plus 36, divide by 2, you will have 33.5, and that would be your class marks. Once again, class, for the class marks, you already have the pattern. As you can see, this is 45.5. It becomes 39.5. Therefore, we subtract 6, right? 45.5 minus 6, that would be 39.5. 39.5 minus 6, that would be 33.5. Therefore, 33.5 minus 6, this will be 27.5. 27.5 minus 6, this will be 21.5. So for class marks, class, as you can see, we have the pattern, but if you're confused with the pattern, go ahead, class. You add, then divide by 2. So let's check if we get 27.5. 25 plus 30. 25 plus 30 equals, that's 55, divide 2. That would be 27.5. Same answer, class. Okay, you have the pattern minus 6. 19 plus 24. 19 plus 24. Then divide by 2. Our answer is 21.5. Let's check. That would be 21.5. And then this one, 21.5 minus 6, this will be 15.5. So let's check. 13 plus 18. Then divide by 2. Let's check if we get 15.5. 13 plus 18. Divide by 2. That would be 15.5. And you're done. So once again, to get class marks, add the lower limit and upper limit, then divide it by 2. Because class marks is the midpoint. Alright, so last one, greater than cumulative frequency. Once again, in less than cumulative frequency, we start at the lowest score, then we copy the frequency. Once again, for less than cumulative frequency, you always start at the lowest score, then simply copy the frequency. Sir, question, what if it's greater than cumulative frequency? Now, if it's greater than cumulative frequency, you start at the highest score, then you copy the frequency. Once again, if it's greater than cumulative frequency, you start at the highest score. Once again, our highest score is 43 and 48. You copy the frequency. So this is 5. Then you add diagonal. 5 plus 2. So again, 5 plus 2, that's 7. 7 plus 5, that's 12. 12 plus 8, that's 20. 20 plus 7, that's 27. 27 plus 3, that's 30. Alright, so check the difference, class, for the answer. Very different. So always check, always be careful. If it's less than cumulative frequency, you start at the lowest score. If it's greater than cumulative frequency, you start at the highest score, then simply copy the frequency. Then you add diagonal. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 8, that's 20. 20 plus 7 is 27. 27 plus 3, that's 30. That's it, class. That's the difference between less than cumulative frequency and greater than cumulative frequency. So all set, class, in constructing frequency distribution table. So I hope you learned something new today. And if you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, class, if you have some questions, do not hesitate to ask. You leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can always message me in our Facebook channel, same name with our YouTube channel. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.